Where are you right now? There's no one in the room, and your jacket is missing. Did you go somewhere?
Oh, are you awake? I was going to say something to you, but since you were asleep, I just went out like that. Actually, it seems like my junior colleague got engaged. So we decided to go out for a celebratory drink.
Indeed. An engagement is joyful news. But do you understand your current situation? We're less than a week away from the due date for giving birth.
Ah, I see, you're right.
No, what I mean is that I want you to be at home. This is my first childbirth, and I feel really anxious. So I want you to be by my side as much as possible.
I understand what you want to say, but you don't need to worry or feel anxious. I was born 2 days before the due date. My brother was born 1 day before the due date. So it's still all right. Is it okay if I stay by your side around 3 days before the due date?
The due date is just a planned date, and it doesn't always go exactly as expected. There's a possibility that it could happen earlier, and there can be unexpected changes, you know.
But you're feeling fine now, right? Or are you feeling unwell? If you're feeling unwell, it's better to just keep resting.
I'm not feeling unwell at the moment, particularly.
Well, if that's the case, then I don't see any problem. Just because you're pregnant doesn't give you the right to restrict my freedom, right?
I'm not trying to restrict you at all. I'm simply expressing my current feelings to you and making a request. I can still understand if it's work-related, but if you're drinking and miss the timing, there's a possibility you won't be able to be present for the birth. It's the birth of our first child, and you're okay with not being able to witness that moment?
It's not like my presence at the birth has any significance, right?
At the very least, I can approach the birth with peace of mind.
Even if you say you'll feel at ease, it won't make a difference if I'm not there. As long as I can meet a healthy child, I'll be happy, even if I'm not present. Moreover, I'll be late today due to celebrating with my junior colleague, so please rest first.
Are you being serious with your words right now? I'm having a very serious conversation with you. When a new life is being born, how we as parents welcome the baby is important, right? But for you, going out for a drink tonight seems more important. Aren't you worried about me? Not just the child?
I'm not worried about you. If your health is fine and you're healthy, what is there to worry about?
What if I go into labor or suddenly feel unwell? What would you do then?
Then you should go to the hospital right away. Even if I'm by your side, I can't do anything about your physical condition, right? If you're feeling unwell in the end, you should go to the hospital and rely on medical professionals. What's the problem with that?
But I'm experiencing the unknown with my first childbirth. Mentally, I'm feeling very unstable right now. Sometimes, I can't help but worry about what would happen if these fetal movements stopped. It's a delicate time for me right now. You're becoming a first-time father, too, aren't you? In that case, show more interest in me and the baby. Once the child is born, it will be difficult to have alone time as a couple, so I want us to spend time together.
If you want to be with someone so much, why don't you contact your parents? Your mother, being an experienced person in childbirth and raising children, would be suitable, wouldn't she? Anyway, right now, it's a priority for me to keep my commitments. Wouldn't you dislike it if the father of our unborn child couldn't keep time and promises?
Wait, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't want to be with just anyone. I want you to be by my side. While my mother is reliable, the father of our unborn baby is you alone. Let's think together about our future life with the child as parents.
Even if a child is born, it's not like we have to be glued together all the time, right? We are individuals before being parents. I want to prioritize my own life too. Well, I'm almost there, so I won't be able to respond anymore.
Wait a moment, the conversation isn't over yet. Please, let's face each other as a married couple and have a proper discussion. Good evening. It's been a while. How you doing? Good evening. Thank you for reaching out. If I remember correctly, your due date is coming up soon, right? You remember well. That's correct. But something shocking happened today. What happened? If it's all right with you, please tell me about it. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Despite my husband knowing that I'm about to give birth soon, he told me today that he's going out for drinks with his junior colleague. He even said to me, "Are you trying to control me with your pregnancy?" I'm just about to give birth, and I wanted to talk about our future and have him by my side. How could he leave me in this condition and selfishly go out for drinks? What does he even think he's doing? Oh, I see. I understand now. You went through a tough time despite being pregnant. I'm sorry for venting my frustrations, even though you reached out to me. You're always so kind, and I just couldn't help but say it. Don't worry about that. If it's all right with you, I'm here to listen anytime. So the reason I contacted you this time is about Chris. What happened? Did my husband do something? Well, I ran into him earlier. He seemed terribly drunk and was being supported while walking. No way. I can't believe he would get so drunk and leave me behind. It seems like he still lacks a strong sense of becoming a father, doesn't he? There didn't seem to be any health issues. He was heavily intoxicated and needed support to walk. He was in such high spirits, laughing loudly, with about 4 other guys. They were discussing which place to go next, all excited. But since your delivery is approaching, I got worried and decided to contact you. Hearing your story, there's at least one positive thing. The fact that he was with a group of men means I don't have to worry about infidelity, right? But it's embarrassing to think that you saw him in that state. I don't intend to meddle in your marriage, but it's an important time, and I want him to be there with you, right? Exactly. It seems even the doctors at the hospital are concerned about him. They ask if I can count on his support during childbirth. But he always insists on doing things his own way, just like that. No matter how many times I talk to him, he keeps saying, being present for the birth isn't important. I can't believe he said that being present for the birth isn't important. But since he's going to be the father, I have a small hope that someday he might understand my feelings. Maybe he'll change once the baby is actually born. I sincerely hope that he changes for the sake of you and the baby. Thank you for reaching out, even though you're busy. It's a bit comforting to know the situation rather than waiting for his return. I'm glad I contacted you, if it makes you feel that way. Take care of yourself, because it's such an important time. Hearing your voice makes me really want to see you after such a long time. Oh, that's wonderful. If you're feeling well, how about meeting tomorrow or the day after? I know it's sudden. I'm totally in favor of that. He probably won't be home anyway. It's settled then. I'll contact you with the details later. Thank you for such a wonderful time today. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You always seem busy, yet you managed to gather everyone together. Everyone gladly cooperated for your sake. Are you trying to make me cry? Your words were the happiest and kindest recently, and they brought tears to my eyes. And to top it off, you even prepared an early baby gift for me. Thank you so much. It's fine. I'm glad it was a good break for you. The people who gathered today are all on your side, you know. Wait a moment. I'm sorry, I just received a sudden message from him. Oh, then please respond to him quickly. Thank you so much for today. No, thank you. I hope the message from him brings good news.
Hey, where are you right now? Reply to me quickly.
What? What's going on all of a sudden?
Why don't you answer the phone right away? When I woke up, you weren't at home, so I wondered where you went.
Wait, are you actually worried about me? Today, my friends threw a party for me. It's a bit early, but I also received some baby shower gifts. It was a really enjoyable time. Since you came home drunk yesterday and were sound asleep this morning, I didn't want to wake you up, so I left the house. I'll be back soon, so don't worry.
Come to think of it, you mentioned something like that. I wanted to ask, where do we keep the stock beer?
We don't have stocked beer. You know.
Well, even if it's not beer, wine will do too. Anything alcoholic will do.
I keep telling you we don't have any alcohol at home. I'm pregnant, so there's no way I would buy alcohol. Besides, if someone saw a pregnant woman buying alcohol, what would they think?
Between the due date and all the rumors, you're always worrying. If someone asks about the alcohol, just say you bought it for your tired husband. Then everyone will say you're a wonderful wife who cares about her husband. It's just a simple matter that can be resolved with a few words. Why do you worry so much about what others think? Just add it to your usual shopping list at the nearby supermarket, that's all.
Your words make me sad. Fine, I'll buy it and bring it home. I'll stop by the supermarket on the way back and get it.
I'm glad you understand. For now, just one case will do for today.
Just one case? There's no way I can carry that around. Do you understand my situation? I am currently pregnant with your child. Understand that things are different now compared to before pregnancy.
What's with that tone? I do many things for you on a daily basis, so the least you could do is prepare some alcohol. Lately, it feels like you're using pregnancy as an excuse to get away with anything, and being overly dependent.
What are you saying? I can't believe it. Your words are turning all pregnant women against you right now. Maybe you don't know, but during pregnancy, I can't lift heavy objects. They even talked about not lifting heavy objects during pregnancy classes at the hospital.
That's just an early pregnancy precaution. We're almost at the point of giving birth, so it shouldn't matter anymore, right?
Even now, I'm in a state where I can't let my guard down. How can you casually ask for alcohol without considering that? Why are you always so selfish?
Why can't you show any concern for your husband? Just stay at home all the time. You're pregnant, so you don't want to buy alcohol, and I'm going to be a father, right? You're always making demands on me. You're constantly negating my freedom and things I enjoy. I'm sorry, but I don't want to hear any more lectures from you. I'll go buy the alcohol myself so you can go back home and sleep.
Then why didn't you just go buy it yourself from the beginning?
I'm going out for drinks tonight. You don't need to prepare dinner, so just take care of yourself at home and rest as much as you want.
Wait a minute. Didn't you go out and buy alcohol for the house?
I went and bought it properly yesterday. I even carried 2 cases, and it made my back hurt.
So you wanted me to do something that would hurt my back all by myself.
Oh, was that the case? But listen to this. The friend we had drinks with the other day invited me to a members-only bar this time. They said they have some rare drinks, so I thought it would be a nice change of pace.
So you're planning to leave me behind and to go drinking again?
Well, they invited me to a bar with drinks that I normally can't have. It's a special opportunity, and it would be a shame not to go.
I am well aware that you love alcohol and that it is your only hobby. I married you knowing that, including your love for alcohol. But that doesn't mean I ever expected you to completely disregard your pregnant wife. If you get drunk and can't be present for the birth, you will regret it for the rest of your life.
Oh, come on. Not that topic again. Thanks to you, the joyful mood we had just a moment ago has been completely ruined. Listen, attending the birth is just a fleeting moment in the grand scheme of life. Once we start living together with a child, we'll see each other every day. It's never too late to become a good father, right? Besides, whether or not I'm present at the birth, the child won't remember it.
I understand that you're taking childbirth and the child's birth lightly. Nevertheless, you are an important husband to me and the child's only father. I want to joyfully welcome this child's birth together with you. Is that a strange thing?
Yeah, you're always like the epitome of a perfect mother. Is this conversation over now? It's about time, so I'm ending the messages.
Which is more important to you? Alcohol or our baby?
Obviously, it's our child. The child is more important to me than anything. It's incomparable to alcohol.
If that's true, then why is it so difficult for us to communicate?
But let me say one thing. I love our child, but my love for the child and the significance of being present at the birth are not the same. We have a misalignment in what we consider important, so there's no easy solution for this.
Just having you by my side is a source of support for me. It's really tough for me that you, the person I want to understand me the most, can't understand my feelings.
I can say the exact same words right back to you. Since you got pregnant, you've become even more worrisome. It's really troublesome for me.
That's terrible. You shouldn't say things like that. Has the communication stopped since then? Are you okay? Ah, I see. You're having a fun time drinking. Never mind. Even if you can't be present for the birth, you won't regret it. Where are you right now? Are you still at the bar having a fun time drinking and getting drunk? Actually, do you know where I am right now? You probably have no interest in us, so you wouldn't know, right? We're currently at the hospital. The baby was born safely. You always said that being present wasn't important, so in the end, I gave birth alone. When I told my friends and relatives about the birth, they all came to celebrate. I received many congratulations, but at that time, everyone asked the same question. Where's the dad? They said. I tried contacting you several times, but you didn't respond at all.
Huh? The baby has already been born? These past 2 days, I feel like I haven't been remembering many things. Congratulations on the delivery. It must have been tough for you. Well done.
It's easy for you to say well done, as if it's someone else's matter.
By the way, the baby was born 2 days later than the due date, right? And I suppose everything went well, even without me being there. So everything happened just as I said, didn't it?
Are you seriously saying that? Watching other pregnant women holding hands with their partners as they headed to the delivery room, I realized how miserable I was. My parents hugged me, but in the end, I went to the delivery table alone. Well, you, who haven't experienced childbirth or pregnancy, wouldn't understand these feelings, right?
Even though the baby was born safely, are you going to bring up the past again?
It's not the past.
But it's a great thing that I found out about the baby's birth now. I'm currently at a bar having drinks with my friends. Since the due date passed and the baby hadn't been born, I thought everything was fine. When I told them about the birth, my friends said they would treat me to some rare and expensive drinks. We're having a party tonight. You're not here, but I'll raise a glass on your behalf. To you and our newborn baby. This vacation must be a congratulatory gift from the company for the birth.
Even though you were granted time off from work, all you did was drink alcohol. You say that the child is most important, but in the end, all that mattered to you was alcohol. I've given up on expecting anything from you. Please enjoy drinking as much as you want with your caring friends. And don't bother coming to see the baby any more.
Don't talk to me like that. I see. You're sulking just because you didn't get attention. But rest assured, once I sober up, I'll go straight to the hospital to meet the baby.
That's why I'm telling you not to come.
What do you mean?
I mean, don't come to the hospital.
Why do I need your permission to meet my own child? I am the father of the child sleeping next to you. Don't you understand there are right things and wrong things to say?
Why are you bringing this up now? How many times have you hurt me without understanding what's right or wrong to say to me? It's infuriating how you can casually say, I'm the father. What have you done as a husband and a father until now? You've been ignoring my words and doing nothing but drinking, haven't you?
That's why I'm telling you not to keep bringing up the past. Once the child is born, I won't be able to go out for drinks as freely, so let me enjoy it until then.
But I don't think anything would have changed even if the child was born. Hey, where do you think I am right now?
Are you joking? You just said earlier that you gave birth and you're at the hospital, didn't you?
Despite drinking, you seem surprisingly sober today.
Are you making fun of me all this time?
I'm not making fun of you, I'm just exasperated. By the way, your parents are also deeply concerned about your words and actions up until now.
Wait a minute, my parents too? You mean my father is also here, not just your parents?
Well, yes. It's the first grandchild for both our families, you know. Unlike you, they seemed excited even before the baby was born. Your parents came to support me around the same time as my parents did.
I've had enough to drink. Wait for me, I'll go to the hospital right now. It's strange that I, the father, am not there when both our parents are.
Those exact words were said by your parents when I was heading to the delivery room. They were wondering why they arrived first at a time like this and you weren't there. They apologized to me multiple times while seeing other pregnant couples supporting each other as husband and wife during childbirth, making me feel miserable. I was able to approach childbirth alone because I was embraced by both my parents and your parents. It was an event that made me realize once again how wonderful your parents are.
So, how did you explain it to our parents? You told them that I had an unavoidable work commitment for the sake of our family, right?
Why do I need to lie? You said you wouldn't regret not being present at the birth. So I honestly told them exactly as it is. I have taken paid leave and time off from work to prepare for my childbirth. He believes that being present at the birth is not important, so he's probably drinking alcohol right now.
How dare you say those things so boldly? What grudge do you have against me? You lack love and compassion for your husband. My dad used to be a police officer, so he despises dishonesty, especially when it comes to alcohol.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that. So you don't drink in front of your father, right?
I'll go there right now and clear up the misunderstanding.
I forgot to mention, but your parents have been reading all our message exchanges so far.
What did you say? From where are they reading our messages?
I think they've been reading almost everything since I got pregnant. Like when you said being present at the birth wasn't important, or when you refused to carry alcohol for the sake of your wife due to my pregnancy.
I was drunk at that time. It was just a little joke. There's no way I seriously meant it, right?
That was a joke to you? If that was a joke, then you really need to reflect on yourself. By the way, when I said not to come, it's not just me. But your father-in-law also said the same thing.
What did you do? Why are you showing private messages between us?
It doesn't bother me if they see it, so I wanted them to know. Your parents seemed really worried about where you went.
But why would you do something that I hate the most?
Oh, it seems your father has something he wants to say to you. I'll send you his words exactly as they are.
Wait a minute. Chris, where are you? Leaving behind your precious wife and a newborn child like this. I can't believe you're out drinking instead of being present on such an important day. We've had numerous discussions about your drinking habits, but it seems it wasn't enough. And on top of that, you're hurling abusive remarks at your own beloved wife. You claim that being present at the birth isn't important to your life. Your mother and I are deeply disappointed in you. Yet you have the audacity to proudly call yourself a father. Don't you dare come to the hospital in a drunken state, talking about your own child. Remember what will happen if you dare touch our precious grandchild while reeking of alcohol. Dad is definitely angry, isn't he?
I just relayed the message exactly as your father conveyed it to me. Whether he's angry or not depends on your perception, I suppose. Right now your father is sitting next to me, letting out deep sighs, and your mother has her head in her hands.
That's clearly anger.
And there's an additional message from your father to you. If you want to go to the hospital, your first step should be to visit your parents' house. It seems that your parents want to have a serious talk with you about the alcohol issue. Oh, and if you haven't talked to your father and mother-in-law, they won't let you into the house either, so be prepared for that. I've decided to spend some time at my parents' house for now.
I'm at the supermarket now. Is there anything else besides milk that we need?
Thank you for asking. Could you buy some spare diapers?
I was just thinking it's about time we needed them. They're on sale now, so I'll buy them on my way back.
Thank you. That'll be a big help.
Do we need cooking sake or anything else? It's not that I want to drink, it's just that I want it for seasoning the food.
I'm still breastfeeding, so I prefer not to use any alcohol-based condiments, just to be on the safe side.
I see.
Oh, do you have something you want to cook with cooking sake?
No, it's nothing like that. I'll be home in a little while.
Take care. Hi, it's been a while. How have you been? How's parenting going? I'm glad you reached out. Thanks to you, my child is growing bigger every day. The gifts you prepared before birth are also playing a big role every day. I bet the baby has grown even bigger since I last visited. I want to see the baby too. Sleeping well helps them grow big. Even now, they're peacefully sleeping, stretching their arms and legs wide. It's said that a sleeping child grows well. That's reliable. By the way, how is he doing since then? I hope I'm not causing you any trouble by mentioning wanting to go out for a drink, because I've been stressed since the baby was born. Every time I pass by the place where we had that encounter, I remember the scene from that day. I'm really sorry for surprising you that time. Actually, after the childbirth, it seems he got scolded a lot by his parents at their home. His parents? Wow, he was summoned, huh? It seems his father is a strict person, and he's the only one my husband can't stand up to. No way you're going to the hospital drunk. First come to our home. They summoned him. His mother gave him a sermon while crying, and his father apparently hit him several times with his fists. It seems they berated him quite severely, saying it wasn't nearly enough considering they were thinking of me during my pregnancy. He came back trembling. I had a strong image of him drinking and making a fuss, but his parents are sincere people, aren't they? Thanks to his parents, I also found relief. After that, both he and his parents apologized profusely to me, and we made a promise that from now on, families come first. So far, he has been putting family first. That's wonderful! Also, his parents have ordered him to quit drinking. It can be a good remedy, but it's tough for him, isn't it? At first, he was desperately saying, "Even just once a week?" But when I told him that we couldn't live together if he couldn't quit drinking, he gave up. Well, considering his words and actions before the birth, it's only natural. It's his own doing. He often asks if I can use cooking sake or something to somehow get alcohol. Acting like he's considerate, but deep down, he just wants to drink himself. Right now, based on a suggestion from his parents, we've decided that the amount of money he used to spend on alcohol each month will be saved in an account for our child. So he can't indulge in gambling or develop any new addictive hobbies. That's a great idea that doesn't hurt anyone. He's really trying his best now, and he's become a good dad for our child. I'd love to say that same for myself. I miss seeing you too, and I'd love to come visit again. Of course, you're always welcome anytime. I'll be right here, waiting for you.